right, so here we are at one of my best friends and brother, Vino Bombino, the legend. Vino, come on into the picture if you don't mind. This is my brother, parent to my godson. I'm more important. But more importantly, we're going to be talking about our newest sponsor, Dedfish. Now, Dedfish has a number of phenomenal knives that they make, but we're going to be highlighting their newest knife and most prominent, I would say. It's their chef knife. So let's take a look at it. We'll see how they sent it. I want to show you guys exactly how it came in box. I want to show you how sharp it is when it comes in the box, and then we'll give it the paper test. We'll cut through some vegetables. We'll cut through a very special recipe for you guys. We're going to be doing my legendary partridge, which we do every Thanksgiving and also for Christmas. So it's the holidays, the time is right, and we're really excited about the recipe, so should you. But more importantly, our friends at Dedfish, they donated this amazing chef knife that we want to make sure we give the proper attention because they've done a great job. And we have one that we just opened, so let's go to that next so you can guys see how it comes packaged. It's beautiful. It's a great opportunity to see what you can have available to yourself. All right, so this is the exclusive chef knife from Dedfish Company. This is a 67-layer Damascus steel German wood handle knife. Now, let's take a look at it. It comes, as you can see, beautifully packaged. Always plastic ends to make sure that the knife itself is not going to bother you once it's arrived. Numerous layers of laser etching, as you can see. Now, we won't know exactly how sharp this is until we give it a shot. But by weight, it's a little bit hand heavy, which is good for those that are more novices in the kitchen, somebody that requires more of a handle to do what they'd like. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad knife. What I'm saying is that as a novice, when you have a heavy handle and a medium weight blade, that allows you to manage yourself a little bit better, because oftentimes if you go a little bit too light on the handle, you have a tendency to misrepresent the blade itself. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take this 67 blade, beautifully sharp knife, and we're going to give it a little bit of test on our paper, as we always do. We'll do the paper test. We'll cut up some vegetables. Now, I always say, I've never used these knives prior to whenever they donate them, so I don't know whether or not this is a knife that's going to be quality for the food I'm trying to represent, or whether or not it's not going to work. So we'll see how it comes out of the box. I want to make sure you guys understand that it's sharp because I want you to respect blades. That's first and foremost. And then let's cut some veg up. Now this one comes unslick, which means we do need to add a little oil because all knives require a little oil when they first come out of a box. And then we'll see how it performs, and then in a few months we'll do a reactive video when we discuss how long the edge has lasted, because all good knives have a good edge, and the longer the edge lasts, the better the knife is. So let's move on, go to the paper test, and then we'll go to the veg. Alright, so now that I've gotten a glass of wine and I've gotten a piece of paper, let's do our paper test. It's important to know how sharp a knife is when it comes out of a box. It's important for safety reasons. It's also we want to know. So with that said, just as it is, let's go ahead and give it a test. That's pretty sharp. So let's try the other end. And now let's give it the swivel test. Yeah, so with that said, this comes out of the box really sharp. So please be careful with this knife. It is clearly very sharp right from the very beginning. What I'd like to do now is I'm going to put a little oil on it. Naturally, I keep some paper towel where I need it. I'm going to put some oil on it. For those that don't know, all knives, you need to have a knife, especially if it's Japanese Damascus, you have to put a little oil on it. These knives rust and oxidize really easily. Look, a great knife means great upkeep, and that's very important. So, let's oil it up. Let's give it another look. A little oil goes a long way. Now, we're gonna give it a wash and we're gonna put another coat of oil on it. And now let's get to the vegetables. Let's see how it performs in action. Now, once I finish processing some of these vegetables, I'm gonna give you guys a really amazing recipe for one of my favorite items, especially around the holidays. I love a partridge. I'm sure you've all probably heard, a partridge in a pear tree, all these things. But the reality is, partridge is seasonal. The hunting season is from November roughly until January, so we have a short period of time to take this amazing fowl and turn it into an amazing dish. So with that said, what I'm going to do for you next is I'm going to go ahead and wash the knife. I'm going to re-oil it. You already saw me do it one time. It's generally basic, so I don't need to expound on that. And then we're going to process the partridge. It might be a little graphic, so if you're not excited about seeing a fowl cut in half with whatever is processing may include, then go ahead and skip to the next section. But we're gonna chop off the head. We're going to cut it in half, and then we're going to season it. We're gonna set it aside. Then we're gonna process the vegetables. We're doing some really nice Jerusalem artichoke. We've got some green onion, some cambray onion, which means that the greens look like green onion or scallion, but they're different. The bulb is the prize, and we're going to use the bulb to help slow cook and marinate the Jerusalem artichoke. But I'm going to give you guys a recipe. It's a really exciting recipe, and we love it here. The Defuoco family, we eat it all the time. We're over here at Vino's house, my brother and cousin. I feel like you can be both. It's fine. And it's something that we've eaten so many seasons, and I feel like we've been keeping it from you guys, and it's time to stop it and just give you guys the recipe. So that's what we're gonna do.